On today's content, it's Andrew Tate. It's Andrew Tate. I want to hear what people are saying about him because, well, he's the topic of the year. He has definitely taken over the year. Andrew Tate. So I really want to hear what reasonable people have to say about him. Definitely not this Hassan. I've heard his interview. He's just one of those guys, that feels they know it all, but they really don't. One of those arrogant, very quiet type of people, that think they know it all, but they really don't know squat. And that's why they deliver things very gently, very calmly and gently, and make you think that, hey, bro, we got the numbers, it's all bullshit. I don't believe in that bullshit. I think he's a hater. Hassan Abi is a complete hater that thinks he knows it all, but he doesn't. And this H3 podcast guy he's a complete idiot. And I'm making that statement with a loose tongue. He is a complete idiot and a loser, and I am not taking it back. He can suck on something really cold for all I care, or warm. I think I want to see Jamari. Actually, there are lots of Andrew Tate's contents that I saw online, but I didn't fully finish watching the content. A lot of Andrew Tate content. A lot. Look at I just finished talking about Hassan B. Look at him. Andrew Tate is banned. Look at his face. Just look at his face. Look at his face. He's so. I just want to punch him. Hassan, if you want to fight, I'm in Nigeria. I will knock you the fuck out. Penguin talked about even Penguin talked about the end of Andrew Tate. I never got to watch the entire thing, so let's watch it. Let's hear Jamari's full thoughts on Andrew Tate. He's like one of the only reasonable people that have solid opinions on topics, and people. Like, his opinion is normally general. It's hardly ever just one-sided. So that's why I think we should listen to him. We should hear his opinion.
Didn't even do it himself.
We'll start from the beginning.
So I have to start out this video by giving a shout out to a longtime friend of the show, Dan Brazilian. Because after years of being the biggest tool on the internet, another man stepped in and stole his whole flow. Meet Andrew Tate, who has taken the internet by storm over the last couple of months. I remember when clips started popping up of this guy, I thought it was a total joke. I assumed he was playing a character like many of these other self-proclaimed alphas. Back when I was making content on Fresh and Fit, people were leaving comments saying that they stole his whole ideology, and all I could think back then was, who is Andrew Tate?
I had mixed reviews on the color. Some people said they like it, some people said they don't like it, and I said, well, what color is your Bugatti?
Female are barely sentient. I don't.
This is definitely him being a character. These females are barely sentient. Come on. This is him being goofy.
Sentient.
And just this with people that I've watched interviews, and with ladies I've watched interviews that featured ladies that actually spoke about spending time with Andrew Tate, and he actually doesn't. This is not how he thinks. This is not how he sees women in person.
I don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise and you believe in ghosts, now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep.
You shouldn't be oblivious, though. You shouldn't be ignorant of the fact that depression, this is what he believes in, yeah? But it exists, but personally he doesn't like it because possibly it's not possibly, because it is definitely a negative emotion. So he doesn't believe in it. He doesn't believe in it, and I think it's okay. I mean, it's him. He doesn't believe in depression. He doesn't believe in it. It's him. So there's nothing wrong with the fact that he doesn't believe in depression. And I think that there are lots of people that should not believe in depression. I'm trying to really pick my words. There are lots of people that I think I think negative emotions is not something that should be condoned. Is that the way to put it? I mean, for a dude, I don't think that negative, because the world is generally designed to oppress you as a man. So when you condone the idea of negative emotions, you will definitely lose focus. As a dude, as a man, I will highly suggest that you try as much as, I mean, you can't deny the fact that with every good there is evil. With every positive there is negative. It's a balance, but the negative should never outweigh the positive. However, you should not be totally ignorant of the fact that the negative exists, so it doesn't catch you off guard when you're unprepared, and well, it knocks you the fuck out. And that's why these two exist, but the negative should never outshine the positive.
Broke people. And if you don't have a Bugatti, you're broke. So I would say 100% of the people watching this, I consider you all poor.
Yeah.
Broke.
How is it that some people don't really know when Andrew Tate is literally just joking? Like when he's being goofy and when he's not being goofy. I still don't get it. Like, I was having this conversation with someone earlier today. I told him that I think the only time that Andrew Tate has been really wrong is when he's being goofy as fuck. If not, Andrew Tate, when he's serious and is actually giving his point, he's mostly really ever right. All this persona that he has created is only based for entertainment purposes. He's an entertaining guy and he wants his name out there. It's a strategy. It's nothing serious. This generation, we just take things too seriously.
People are one of three things. You're either arrogant, lazy, or stupid. You can decide which one you want to be. Maybe you're a mixture of all three, but you are.
Me being rich is kind of different than most people who are rich, because there's a lot of people who are rich, like family, money, all this kind of stuff. But me, I did it all by myself. So I've got a problem which is kind of unique to my wealth. And the problem is that I am at the top of the tree. I'm at the very, very tip top of the food chain. Basically, anyone I interact with ever wants something from me.
But as time went on, he started to truly dominate social media through the massive spamming of his now mini viral clip.
When you make money, they'll always want something from you. Actually, that is true. Like, I just felt like I should see that. I mean, people around you, it's almost impossible. It's almost very impossible for people around you not to want something the minute you actually hit it big. It's a fantasy that I think people need to. It's a fantasy for you to not believe after you've made it that people around you, most people around you, are around you because they actually care. It's a fantasy. Most people around you after you've made it, they don't really care about you. They just want something from you. Most, not all. Do not be paranoid.
And the craziest part is that he didn't even do it himself. His little army of good disciples did this for him, with hundreds upon thousands of Andrew Tate fan pages receiving billions of views in a matter of weeks, quickly becoming one of, if not the most polarizing figure on the World Wide Web. And the thing is, he wasn't even using his own platforms to do this either. A lot of his biggest moments came from joining other people on their live streams like XQC, Aiden Ross, and Fresh and Fit.
So you don't think that men are overall better drivers than women?
No.
So when you see the worst parking you've ever seen in your life, you don't think it's more likely to be a female? It's just as equally likely to be a man in your view.
Crazy.
To me, it was like Donald Trump all over again. It's like,
doesn't he like have a point? I think I would definitely trust the dude with my car over a lady. Like, I don't think I would trust a lady with my car. Like, personally, I don't think I would trust a lady with my car. Like, even if I was to get married, maybe my reasoning might change when I get married. That is a totally different thing. But as of right now, I don't see myself like just trusting. Maybe let's see, if I had a girlfriend, trusting my girlfriend with my car keys. Like, bro, you know, they have no. I don't know, man. I don't think they have this sense of responsibility. You know, when they break it, there's no way they can pay you back, but maybe try to give you the booty or something.
like no matter what your opinion was on the guy, damn near everyone did have a strong opinion about him. Some people cling to his every word like a cult leader, while others detest his existence and blame him as one of the figureheads damaging the minds of the young and impressionable men of the world. Because like a lot of content being produced today, Tate often weighs in on the ongoing gender war between men and women. And let's put it this way, this man is essentially alt-feminism for teenage boys with daddy issues. Meaning he sees men, especially of status, on a very high pedestal, and sees nearly all women as pawns to be played with in his day-to-day life. And
definitely men of status, they are definitely on a high pedestal. But as for seeing women as pawns, I don't agree with that. It's bullshit. Not as pawns though.
and business.
If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over...
It's true. I do agree with these statements. I do agree with this. Why don't we take it back a little?
Within his day-to-day life and business.
If I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority.
A degree of authority when you have responsibility over... In Nigeria, Jamari, if you ever come across this video, in Nigeria, if you have a sense of responsibility over her, then you do have... You definitely have a sense of authority over her if you're responsible for a lot of things going on in her materialistic life. You do have a sense of authority over her.
For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you.
True. In Nigeria, I assure you, all our parents have authority over us. We are their children. We have to bend down and receive that spanking when they give us that spanking. And we won't be calling the cops on them because it's fucking discipline here. So I don't know why this one is squeezing his face like he wants to go and poo. What's that, bro? You all are spoiled brats. This is the problem. Those white kids.
I love women. In fact, interesting statistic, 100% of the people I've ever had sex with were women. So
we get it. You're not gay.
I love women. I have nothing against women at all. I'm not sexist in any regard. I'm not misogynist either. I'm a realist, and I'm a realist.
And it's true. And it's true, really. People who come out as realists, most of the time are identified as misogynist or even worse. They are identified as misogynist or even worse. People who come out as realists because they see things that people are actually thinking, but they are too scared to admit because everybody gives a fuck about everybody's feelings in this generation.
And if some of my views based very firmly in absolute professionalism by extension, absolute reality, come across in a misogynistic tone, then that is your problem.
You can't slander me, because I will state right now that I am absolutely sexist and I'm absolutely a misogynist. And I have fuck you money, and you can't take it away. So I'll say what I want. Because I'm a realist, and when you're a realist, you're sexist. There's no way you can be rooted in reality and not be sexist.
These type of thought leaders...
Because the world was built by men. I guess that's why he made this statement. Do I agree? Fuck yeah.
in my opinion, use overgeneralizations and anecdotal evidence to trick people into thinking false truths about society. You see politicians do this all the time, and it's an incredibly powerful tactic in the way that it riles people up and validates their emotional feelings towards hot topics. Andrew Tate understood that if he played to the crowd, they would dance all night. As a matter of fact, they would dance for months, with millions of people becoming aware of who this man was every single day. I mean, at one point, he was damn near unescapable. Everywhere you turn, there was a clip of Andrew Tate going viral for saying some either outlandish or